I got Jamin. Let's see.
Hello?
Hey, Jamin, it's Kenny. How you doing?
Oh, good. What's going on?
I'm doing very well. Let me apologize for my Skype for acting up this evening. Um, you said that you called, and for some reason the number doesn't pop up on my Skype. So for some reason, Skype is having some sort of a glitch this evening. But I got you on
Okay.
now. That's all that matters. So I apologize.
Okay, no problem.
All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am now joined with Jamin Olivencia from Ohio Valley Wrestling right here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. Let's go ahead and begin, and we'll get into OVW in just a moment. But how did your wrestling career get started?
My wrestling career started when I was 4 years old, and I was looking at the TV, and I said to myself, and I'll never forget it, one day I'm going to do that shit. And that's where I'm at. That's where it started for me. So I got literally started when I was 17 at Empire State Wrestling, which was out of Buffalo, New York. And I was fortunate enough to be to work in front of large audiences at the time. They were drawing like 600, 700 people every month. So it was like once a month shows, but they were big houses. So I really felt like it gave me it just gave me a nice experience to perform in front of a lot of people.
Who was your favorite wrestlers growing up?
I liked Shawn Michaels. I liked Macho Man, but I don't know. That's always a weird question. I never really had a favorite wrestler. I just enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed the emotion that it brought to the table. I enjoyed the physicality, the corny storylines, and it's like everything. There was really no favorite wrestler. It was just a favorite thing that I liked.
Do you remember your first ever wrestling match that you ever had? And if so, who was your opponent and what company did you work for at the time?
It was with Empire State Wrestling. I was 17 years old. It was outside of this, it was called Always a Party. It had like they sold balloons and party stuff, and they just so have to be outside. Excuse me. Hang on, the dogs don't. Sometimes the dogs get upset when I tell this story.
It's okay, man. Dogs happen. They bark on my show sometimes, so no worries.
All right. Hold on one second. All right. So it was outside this place called Always a Party, and I wrestled this guy named Benjamin Smythe, and it was a good match, I mean, whatever. I had potential. There was like 15 people there, and I'll never forget it. It was a good match, and all I remember is at the end of the match, he beat me, and then I wanted to give him an F5. The little short Puerto Rican guy lifting up this dude that's like 6'3" and gives him an F5. So anyway, needless to say, I lost balance while doing it, so I fell and made myself look stupid. But I still walked out of it a very, very happy man because my mom was there, and I believe my cousin was there, and it was just exciting. It was my first match ever. Shortly after that, which was 10 days later, we had an actual show in front of. It was in the gym. That was I don't know. I think it was like a benefit show or something. But it just so happened to be my first show. But anyway, the second show later on, I wrestled this guy named Kate Cassidy in Empire State Wrestling. It was amazing. There was a lot of people there that night, several hundreds, and it was just. I remember thinking to myself, holy cow, okay, this is my first time. I'm excited. I remember just being so nervous, but when I walked through that curtain, all those nerves like went away. So for me, it was just cool. And and I was perfectly natural at it. It wasn't even like. It wasn't even anything that I really had to think of. It just came natural to me. So anyway, that was my first match, Empire State Wrestling, Benjamin Smythe. But if you want to say in front of a lot of people, it was Kate Cassidy, and I got my ass kicked.
So fast forward, you go from Empire State Wrestling all the way to here in Kentucky for Ohio Valley Wrestling. You become one of the more popular and well-respected talent in that roster. How did it all came about for you to join Ohio Valley Wrestling?
It was kind of a last-minute decision. I knew when I was a teenager I was always going to end up there, but I just didn't know because I was doing Empire State Wrestling for the first, maybe 7 months of my wrestling career. And then a buddy of mine out of Canada, where I used to perform there as well, told me that, he can get us booked in England. So I went to England, talked to a few of the guys out there. Believe it or not, they knew what OVW was. They were even asking me if I was going to go to OVW. So I'm basically doing these holiday camps in England, which were a lot of fun, by the way. But doing that, I had saved up enough money for myself to get in, to tell myself, okay, I'm just going to get up and move. I'm 18 years old. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get up and move and go to Kentucky on like a couple grand or something, not much at all, really. And got an apartment and got a little part-time job at the time, and just decided to enroll in the school, just like everybody else did at the time. You had to enroll in the school if you even wanted to get in. At that time, with the WWE being there, it was like getting into OVW was very hard, and if you were going to get in, it was going to be through the school, and if you were going to even make it on the shows or even dream or even fathom that it was going to happen for you, you have to do good in your training. So, I went to the beginner's class. After the beginner's class, I was only there for 2 weeks. Rick Rogers, he was the teacher for the intermediate class, who became a coach of mine, and just an amazing wealth of knowledge he is. But I learned a lot from him, and he got me really good. He turned me and those guys at the time machines, and I really, when I say it, I mean it. Like, he made us into machines. And it, fortunately, thankfully, like I said, I took the talent I already had naturally, and I enhanced it, and Rick really it brought me to a level that I needed. And I was also going to the house shows. If you were a non-contracted talent at the time, going to a house show and getting work was always, ideal if you wanted to get noticed. At the time, Al Snow was here, and he was booking for those, and it was just a perfect time for me to get my foot in the door and really make most of my opportunity of being there, and I did that, and eventually I was, I got a little shot on TV, and I guess the rest is history from there,
You have had a lot of success in OVW. You are currently the television champion.
I am.
You have had multiple great matches with Johnny Spade for the OVW title. I interviewed Johnny about a month ago. He talked about the matches y'all had, and I want to get your side. I mean, what was it like having those matches with Johnny this year?
It was a lot of fun. Johnny Spade is an excellent performer. I think if you watch his work, you watch him go. I mean, he obviously cares about what he does, and when you're in the ring with someone like that, that's what it's all about for me. I'm all about passion and really wearing my heart on my sleeve out there, because I really feel like when I'm out there, that's who I am. So to have a guy that has that same amount of passion as you do, and that same amount of enthusiasm behind it makes it. It just makes it awesome. It makes it intense. It's emotional. The people are into it. So really working with him was a lot of fun. And believe it or not, even in the back, a lot of the guys knew that we didn't really get along that well. So you also have that element to it. So by the end of it all, you end up really just overall respecting this person, regardless of your differences.
Let me just say that was probably my favorite moment of OVW was when y'all two had your rivalry and you had your matches on OVW shows and the Saturday night special shows as well. I mean, it was just a fun rivalry. It was the matches were great and it just left a lot of wrestling fans, including myself, satisfied. And all I can say is we want more Spade versus Olivencia in 2013, maybe sometime down the road. But as this year winds down and we get ready for this year, clearly you, like anyone else, would like to be back in the hunt for that OVW World Heavyweight title. But other than that, what are some other goals you would like to accomplish in 2013?
It's just whatever I see. If I want it, I'll take over it. That's really, I don't have a set goal, and it's always been that way for me. It's never been, I need to do this. The only goal I always wanted to accomplish is becoming a professional wrestler. I'm already here, so if I had a goal for 2013, or if it's something I'm not already doing, it's just being the man. It's being the man for another year. It's about going in there and literally not giving a fuck about what anybody else thinks and doing it the best I can. And that's what it's always been. So,
what gives you that energy for you to get ready to to step in that ring to compete? I mean, is anything motivation, anything particular that gets you ready for to entertain the crowd?
The fact that I'm alive. The fact that I'm alive. And that I want to feel it. That's all. And knowing that when I go there, these people are going to feel what I'm doing, and they're also going to be feeling me, and be feeling them. We're all going to be feeling each other. And it's going to be so gay. But it's going to be really awesome. So no, in reality, to me, it's about just putting out there that emotion. It's a love and hate relationship I have with people. And it's fun for everyone, though. And that's all I give a crap about.
You've had rivalries, like I said, with Spade. I also remember you have rivalry with Rudy Switchblade as well, and many others. What do you consider your favorite wrestling moment, your favorite highlight of your career? Something that stands out. It could be a match, it could be a championship you won, a storyline, angle, anything particular. What do you consider your favorite highlight of your wrestling career?
That's always a good question. I have issues answering that question every time it's brought up. I have a lot of things that I enjoy at certain different points of my career, but really, I think the way I look at it, man, is I try not to focus on that. So I can't answer that question for you. But what I could answer is that usually the thing that I really appreciate most is usually my last performance. It's all I have. So, but there's no favorite moments. There's so many.
For anyone who likes to follow Jamin on Twitter, you can follow him at Jamin Olivencia. And check out ovwrestling.com for more info on the upcoming shows. And
check out also Jamin Olivencia. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's kind of a confusing. So let me make it simple for everyone. It's Jamin, and then the last name, that's Oli. V is in Victor, Encia, Jamin Olivencia. And check out some of my tweets, and I hope they make you smile.
Absolutely, man. So go and follow the man on Twitter. check it out, ovwrestling.com, for the upcoming shows in the Kentucky and Indiana area. I will be at the Frankfort, Kentucky show on February the 9th. I'm not sure if you are scheduled to be there or not.
And Kenny, I know who else may be there, but I'm not too sure. His name is Michael Hayes. And ladies and gentlemen, look who we have here. Michael Hayes is here in the flesh with Jamin Olivencia himself. Kenny, hold on one second. Michael, say hello.
What up, Michael?
Hello, world.
How you doing, Michael?
Listening to Triple Threat Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm in fantastic, love.
Awesome, man. Again, for those who just listening right now, you're listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. Not only am I joined with Jamin Olivencia, but I'm now joined with the American hero himself, Michael Hayes. He's joining me right now. And let me just say, as a proud American, I thank you and all the troops, all the soldiers, armed forces out there for your services and what y'all do, protecting this country. And as an American, I truly appreciate the hard work y'all do, and I thank you for all you do.
Man, I all the minutes. I appreciate that.
And before I get back to Jamin, I was wondering, Michael, if you would like to do an interview, or like a full-length interview sometime. You know, talk to you about. All right. What you just said? I didn't hear you. It was breaking up a bit.
Oh, I would love to.
All right, man. Well, we'll contact each other on Facebook, on Twitter, and we'll go on from there. But I definitely would like to interview you sometime in 2013.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Great talking to you, Michael, and I'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man.
And we talked about the high octane that there's nothing 200% Jamin Olivencia can come in the room, change the atmosphere, you do it on the day off. Hey, Kenny, what's going on?
All right. Good, man. Jamin, thank you for being on. And again, I apologize for the technical issues. I mean, technology, you know what it is. But
hey, that's why I still look at them. I don't even use that cheap test now. I just
Hey, man, baby. That's my perfect shit.
Hey, Kenny, appreciate you guys listening. Thanks a lot for the interview. And hey, God bless everyone out there.
You too, man. You have a happy new year as well.
Thank you.
All right,
2013.
all right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Michael Hayes and Jamin Olivencia calling in. The Michael Hayes in the building. Real American hero. That was awesome.